Hello, welcome to Scrub Mode. My name's Julio. This is the podcast that sits at the intersection of gaming and monsters. I'm joined by my two friends here.
Hello.
That's Ryan, I'm John, and we have something a little different for you today.
Yeah, we just watched a movie. Not all at once, but it's at different times. We watched,
Don't destroy the magic of hanging out with your friends, watching them.
Yeah,
you know, we had no homework assignment.
I think people are kind of aware that for most podcasts, it's just like when they review some kind of film, mostly it's like, oh yeah, they had to do it on separate times anyway. So
yeah.
We all flew to what's the middle point between our three cities?
Portland.
Probably somewhere in Northern California.
Is it Portland?
I think it'll be San Francisco or Portland.
We flew to Bend, Oregon to all watch a special screening of Ralph Bakshi's 1977 opus Wizards.
Yeah.
Is it 77? I thought it was
No, 77.
I thought it was. Oh no, yeah, you're right.
It's
It is 77.
The
Yeah,
70s,
yeah.
man. The late 70s.
Boy, does it feel like it.
It does.
It was because I was thinking of his first, well, not his first, but like, his more infamous film, Fritz the Cat.
Yes.
I don't know if you can call it
is a fever
infamous,
dream, man.
but like it came out with a 2 at the end of it, and I was conflating it with 62 or 72.
Man.
Fair enough. Where do we start? Who's Ralph Bakshi? What is Wizards? What do we want to do?
I guess we should give a little back. Let's start with who Ralph Bakshi was. He was an animator.
A little backstory on the man.
Yeah, he's he's kind of a legend, and he's at least as of the time of writing, he's still alive. He's almost 90.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's incredible. He's kind of just toughing it.
I would say, and I don't have an art history degree, so maybe somebody will correct me, but like he's part of that movement of artists like oh my god, the American Splendor guy and stuff like that, where it was like we're doing adult takes on things that are generally considered childish. So like comic books for, why can't I remember his name? I want to say Harvey Keitel, but that's the character.
American Splendor. Who wrote American? I don't even look him up.
Just Google him. Save me from myself.
Yeah.
I should have put this in my notes.
It was
Robert Crumb.
Robert Crumb.
Oh, Mr. Crumb.
He was played by what's the actor's name now?
IMDb time.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Paul Giamatti. He was played by Paul Giamatti.
I love Paul Giamatti. I'll be real.
He's great.
Paul Giamatti's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Paul
good.
Giamatti's great.
I love a good character actor. But yeah, like without getting into his whole backstory, the important thing to note, I think, about Ralph Bakshi is he's one of the first people who's like, sort of like Jim Henson tried and didn't really succeed at doing with the Muppets, and sort of like, various people did with comics. He's the guy who's like, animation isn't just kid stuff.
No.
Yeah.
You can tell mature stories, you can tell adult themes, you can tackle heavy stuff, you can do weird stuff, you can do art with animation. It's not just Saturday morning cartoons.
And he definitely shows that off in his 2 films at this point in time, if we're talking 1977.
Yeah.
His 2 films at this time. And probably a bunch of countless small works in between.
Well, I thought he
did the Lord of the Rings movie too, right?
Yeah, it's funny. So the Lord of the Rings movie comes out the next year.
Wow.
And
it looks like it uses a lot of the same
techniques.
Yeah, I don't want to be. We'll get into that when we get into that. But there were certain. One thing that I equally love and hate about Bakshi is like, man, his ambition frequently outstrips what he can do in terms of time and budget, and results in some shortcuts that I think overall hurt the films. But man, I can't help but admire him for saying fuck it and trying.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely he goes at it when he makes any of these films.
Yeah.
I think I don't know why it stuck out to me, but I found it incredibly funny that on Google, when I was like looking up stuff about Ralph Bakshi, is that like under his profile, that like is auto-generated by Google. I don't know why, but like the title "Mandatory Palestinian" like it was like such a strange phrasing to me in my brain.
Yes.
I was like, what is that supposed to mean?
The British, he was born to a Jewish family in the British Mandate of Palestine. Because Britain be doing a colonialism, you know how it goes.
They be doing a little bit of that during that time.
But if you watch his other films, it's really clear too that I think while he was a baby, he moved from Palestine to Brooklyn, and like he has a clear like very love-hate, but mostly love relationship with like the dirt and the filth and the like all the various like ethnic neighborhoods within New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Like racial segregation becomes like a big part of his other films, like Traffic and stuff. Anyway, and Fritz the Cat was relentlessly horny.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that was because of Crumb, I think, but you know.
I mean, like,
did Crumb write Fritz the Cat? I think he did, right?
I think he's the original Fritz the Cat guy, but I'm not positive. Let's just double check that real quick.
Crumb, Fritz the Cat.
Yes, it is based on a script by Robert Crumb.
I see.
Yeah, I remember another thing that I came across while researching Ralph was I don't know if it was done. Yeah, I think it was like done as like a sort of like a tribute to Ralph, but it was like a small comic strip about the time that he approached Robert Crumb to do the Fritz the Cat cartoon movie.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't anything like extravagant. It looked like, you know, your standard like newspaper publication of a comic. Yeah. But, you know, it's Robert Crumb, and like he's being asked by his wife to go buy something because she's busy. So he's like afraid of interacting with the outside world. Mostly because like of his current fame at the time, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know, he's out there, he coats up and hats up to try to avoid
Ninja Turtle style.
Yeah, but you know, some people recognize him. It's like, oh, hey, I love your cartoon, and he's just all like, oh, you've got me confused with someone else. And then he gets back home, and he's like happy that he didn't get into more conversations. And then Ralph shows up. He's like, I'd like to make a movie about your comic. And then it hard cuts to them at the theater with his wife, and he's all like, this movie sucks. And then his wife is all like, that's all of your dialogue word for word on that screen.
Oh gosh.
I just thought it was funny.
I mean, yeah, he knew how to take the piss out of himself.
Yeah.
But
so I guess to set the stage, Bakshi has done Fritz the Cat and a couple of other things. He has always been a little fantasy-brained guy. He's mostly done urban stuff, and Fritz the Cat, and he got a lot of notoriety for making... Fritz the Cat was the first animated film to receive an X rating.
Yeah.
So he's like, I want to do something less...
Something a little bit more family-friendly, but still rating. Pretty sexy.
Yeah, a lot
goes on.
We have to couch this in the like language of the time. It's like this is like sandals and like chainmail bikinis era fantasy, and it fucking shows.
Yeah. Frank Frazetta. I feel like this movie is very like Chuck Jones meets Frank Frazetta.
That is such a great way of describing it, because like my biggest criticism throughout the film will be that it can't keep the tone straight, because half the shit on screen looks like Frank Frazetta and half the shit on stage looks like rubber hose shit.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot shifts between scenes when you're watching the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like, you do get that visual whiplash.
Yeah.
Very often.
Should we start with how the movie starts?
Yeah. So
do you want to go into it? Do you want one of us to go into it?
You guys can go into it. I feel like
it's something we alluded to before. Bakshi had to do many cost-saving measures, and this opening is one of them, where it is essentially a motion comic.
Yeah,
it's very funny. Like Like the movie opens not even animated, like it opens on a camera panning into a book. Just a book that has the opening like first few words of this prologue to the film. It does the whole like fantasy page turn situation, and then it starts jumping into like still frames of, what happened, like what led to the current events in Wizards, which is
so unhinged.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So like
nuclear war, right?
Nuclear war. 2 million nuclear bombs are like set off. No, 1,000 nuclear bombs are set off, and like the first one was set off by 5 terrorists. Like they wanted to make sure you understood that, like that linchpin that occurred. Like 1,000 nuclear bombs set off across the world, blanketed every inch of the earth with nuclear fallout.
But what did that lead to? That's the best part.
Yeah, and the first one was set off by 5 terrorists. What it led to was, again, the Earth is irradiated for 2 million years until the fallout finally began to subside. And in that time, mutant creatures started to emerge that was once humanity.
Well, there's the mutants, and then there's also like all the like the nature creatures, all the elves and the dwarves and the fairies are like, humans are finally gone.
Yeah. No. Specifically in the film, it states that humans were heavily mutated by the radiation, obviously.
Yeah, no, it's
and this started to like, so it became this. One side of the world kind of failed to recover from the fallout, which was then dubbed the Badlands. This was land that was permanently radiation. And then there was the good lands, which in the Earth had began to recover successfully. And then the elves, the
dwarves,
fairies, and what was the third race that they had?
Fairies, elves. Okay, so I'm pretty sure they mentioned trolls, fairies, elves, and dwarves by name, but in the film we see fairies, pixies, and elves.
Yeah, it was like fairies, dwarves, elves, pixies. Well, I mean, I think that they're wrapped into with the fairies, but they specifically state that these creatures were the descendants of humans. Like this was the humanity evolution.
I thought the mutants were the descendants of humans, but I thought
they were.
I thought the trolls, fairies, and elves were the quote-unquote true ancestors of humanity.
Right.
Yeah, it was
not
like
descendants. Like they were I thought the implication I took away was that these guys were like, it was like an Omegon thing from A Flight of Dragons, where they're like, oh, all the technology's gone. We can finally...
we can come back. But no, it's like, I think both...
not even...
I mean...
Like, both were, derived from humanity. It's just that the way that they evolved, depending on which side of, the good or bad lands that they evolved in, determined how they mutated.
There was like this lady who gave birth to the 2 wizards, right? And
Delia. Yeah. So
Delia.
Delia?
Yeah, Delia. Right? So like in what do you call it? So we focus on
there's 3,000 years of peace, of elf peace.
3,000 years of peace. And a new civilization, a new city had formed, or a new country had formed called Montagar. And there, its former leader, Delia, the queen of the fairies, I think.
Yes.
She, like an omen of dark clouds, began to gather, and in like a sort of hypnosis state, she left for her home and locked herself away for a while. And when the elder gnomes or the elder dwarf was finally like, we got to see what's up with the queen, they approach her, and she had given birth to twins.
A good twin and a bad twin.
No explanation as to who their dad is or anything like that, right?
I'm fine with that hand wavy, ominous, almost virgin birth thing. I skated right past that.
Yeah, it never crossed my mind, but she had given birth to twins,
Yeah, one.
The good wizard, Avatar.
Yeah.
The bad wizard, Black Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Already, baby, and he got skeletons for arms.
Yeah, he came with pre-skeletal arms, which is like crazy.
Yeah, no explanation is, I don't know. No explanation as to why one's good, one's evil. It's just like a polarized.
It's like a sort of like a mythological.
Yeah, I could charitably say it was storybooky, but I myself was just like, this is a little dry.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, like, again, it's fairy tale. What are you gonna do? You know?
Logic.
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
Like, we're adults, but like,
Yeah. Man, we gotta pick
don't
this
have
up.
to-
We're not even through the first scene.
yeah. I mean, it's technically multiple weird scenes. So,
True.
yeah, the prologue continues to explain Avatar stayed with his mother, kept her company, kept her happy with his magic. Meanwhile, Black Wolf went off to be a loner, evil, and torture animals because that's his nature, I guess.
He eventually comes to rule over the lands of Scorch, where all the mutants and the Fallout are.
Scorch, the capital of the Badlands.
Yeah.
But it's weird, like, you know, I say that it's in his nature that he tortures these animals and such. But like later in the film, like he has a sort of weird, like, not weird, but he has like this neutral stance when it comes to certain things, despite his affiliations with something we'll talk about when we come to that scene.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big one. Oh boy, this one's getting age restricted, for sure.
Yeah. So Delia eventually passes away from her weakness after giving birth.
Black Wolf is like, now's my time.
I can be the leader of the fairies, and this will be a momentous occasion for me.
But the mutants are just too stupid and too weak, and they just don't have the willpower.
They're
which
very
is
much
super
like the
funny.
orcs, huh?
They are very much like the orcs, and I'm not just saying that because I watched Bakshi's Lord of the Rings earlier this year, and I definitely recognized some of those community theater actors with towels over their heads as orcs and as mutants.
I love the fact that they had to bring that up, where it's just like, oh, Black Wolf had spent a long time gathering an army, a huge force to take over the good lands, but it just turns out the mutants are either too cowardly or too stupid to maintain to maintain combat with the good lands, fairies and dwarves. And so he had to retreat to Scorch to kind of plan his attack again. Of course, after getting into wizard combat with his brother Avatar. So the world falls into peace again for like another 1,000 years.
And that's where the story finally actually starts with Black Wolf reprogramming a robot with a really familiar name.
Yeah,
his name is Peace.
His name. No, Necron 99.
Starts as Necron.
Oh, is it
He's Necron 99.
And then he becomes Peace, right?
Yeah, he becomes Peace.
He becomes Peace when he's reprogrammed.
Yeah,
Necron. But yeah, I just Necron. I mean, like, this is just pure Games Workshop, right? This predates Games Workshop by about a decade. His name is Necron.
Yeah,
it's spelled the same way.
It really is. I think the DC version of Necron spelled with a K.
It is, yeah. This Necron spelled with a C, and it is.
And he is the 99th.
He's an
robot,
evil robot.
He's an evil red robot.
He's an evil red robot.
I really like his design. I'm not in love with all the designs here.
Yeah,
I dig him a lot. He's very cool. So Necron 99.
Sorry to cut in one time. I do think it's very. This is part of your point, Julio, where it's like it's too cartoony to be cool, but too edgy to be cartoony and kid friendly. Where it's like Necron is this like very 70s figure. He's a red click-a-clack robot with like deep inset eyes and then a very realistic assault rifle.
Yeah,
and then his terrible beast of burden, the machine, the monster that him and everybody else is riding here is like I don't
A
know
goofy
how to
camel thing.
It's a goofy camel thing. It reminds me of those balls you used to jump on as a kid. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That they just put a Goofy from Mickey Mouse's friend Goofy's head on it.
Yeah.
Like,
it reminds me of like
It's very Dr. Seussian too, you know.
It's
Yes,
Seussian.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember what they were called, but they were like the
I
weird,
didn't
like
jot
almost
it down.
emu-looking creatures.
it's Goofy's head, and then like a round orbular body, and then like bird legs, and kind
Funny
of a
little
camel
bird
hump.
legs that with like
It-
shoes.
Yeah.
supposed to be some kind of horse.
Yeah, I mean, everyone uses them. Horses are hard to draw. This
Yeah.
feels appropriate. This feels cool. It's just very
Yeah.
weird to like, even if you're like scanning down the post, you're like, cool robot, big gun,
And then weird-
goofy Dr. Seuss guy.
Yeah.
And it just the tone is all over the place.
A
really
kooky
is,
little guy that he's riding on.
Yeah.
So Black Wolf sends out his assassins, which include Necron 99, the cool red robot man, and like two gremlin-looking fellas.
They never
also
come up
with
again. They
rifles.
don't matter.
They never come up again. They come up for like a very short time, but we don't know what happens to them.
Yeah.
I presume they succeed. They assassinate all. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself.
I mean, I don't know. Like, anyway, we'll get to that because it's very strange. Like, we could assume their job that they had to do, they finish within this scene. But anyway, Black Wolf sends out his assassins. What are they assassins of? Well, they kill believers of magic. They look for those who have faith in magic.
and they're
and they
killing
kill
the
them.
presidents of the other nations specifically.
That too. But like you see, like we follow Necron mostly, and
I kind of like this sequence.
it's very cool. It's like you follow his journey of going across the Badlands and then searching for these magic believers. Like he comes across this like elder gnome who's like teaching others about what magic means and how it's like the true technology of this world, not the science and the mechanics that had brought the world to ruin before, but it's magic that is the true tech that should
I like the
permeate.
I like the line that's like they use technology to like enslave people.
Yes.
It's very relatable.
Yeah.
And then
Looking at those data
and then, of course,
centers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting there, but then Necron
You're
pops
right.
in with the barrel of his assault rifle and he guns down this small classroom of
Yeah.
of magic
Yeah, it's rough.
researchers. And then you follow him again through, and we come across our first protagonist of this movie.
Weehawk.
Weehawk. We don't get his name until like halfway through the movie.
Yeah,
but
and his character model is so similar to the other elves that they did.
yes,
I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
you know what fucked me up when
What
I
fucked
first
you
saw
up, Ryan?
screenshots of this movie and they show us the elves like Weehawk and the others. I was like, who are these goblin ass creatures? And they're supposed to be the elves.
Yeah, they're the elves.
Like I'm so like Tolkienized by the fucking image of what an elf is through Lord of the Rings. Like the idea that like these almost goblin creatures could be the elves like surpassed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they made it clear that they were the elves. So Weehawk the elf is with one of his brethren, one of his
I guess.
tribesmen.
What did you? Necron they get into a big fight with Necron. What did you
Yeah.
guys think of this sequence? It was so mixed on it.
It was interesting. I will heavily underline interesting because you could see the budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the budget occur in this particular scene because
Some reused frames.
some reused frames, but also just like the wildness of like how all of the action in this scene was animated. Like there's smears, there's like so much squash and stretch to
There's a
fill
lot
the
of
page.
tricks, and I mean that in a good way. There's a lot of technique,
It's
Yeah.
super awesome.
but also, and there's like the bubble transition at the end. They fall into the water. It looks like they drown.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we follow what seems to be a drowning Weehawk's last air bubble back up to Avatar's castle as a transition. But the fights with the blood, the graphic death mixed with the disco music.
Before we get to Wizard's Tower, the fight with Necron was so cool because it was just like Necron's there sitting for 2 days waiting for Weehawk and his homie to move, right?
Yeah,
because they're just like we gotta alert Avatar to the movements that are happening right now. Like Black Wolf is making his move, we gotta tell him. And they're like, well, we can go now. It's like there's assassins everywhere. Let's not. And of course, his friend gets blasted by Necron once they start trying to get at it.
Yeah, it's very graphic.
He gets his shit blown smooth off. It's crazy. And then they get into a horse chase, and
this is what I'm talking about. Is the 70s music in the horse chase combined with the graphic violence, combined with how goofy the horses look. They looked goofy before. They look much more goofy at running speed.
It was a thematic clash that fucked with you. The music was kind of disco funk.
It was
The music
was not
was
a
very
life
of the
or
time.
death battle against an immortal assassin.
Yeah.
Music.
So they
the
chase
music
each
was very
other.
Of the time, I loved it. I
And
love
then-
the music. The music's
As
fun. My
our
favorite thing
music
about
guy,
the
do you have
movie.
any insights?
I don't know. I just thought it was great. It was very of the time, very 1970s. You know,
It's very. I grooved with it. I thought it
a
was
lot of
very
psychedelic, like Jimi Hendrix-esque guitar.
Yeah.
nice.
You know, it's very. I thought it was great.
That sequence right there is basically the entire film for me, where I'm like, I like all of these elements separately. Together, they are not working for me.
Together, there's a visual and auditory overload that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Weehawk fires an arrow that he magically appears on his back because he never has a quiver until this moment, and he pulls
Cartoon
out one
logic.
really big arrow, headshots the horse. Necron falls off. He
Speaking
gets
of
to
more
cover.
graphic violence, forgot about the horse headshot.
Yeah, the horse gets his head blown smooth off.
Yeah.
And then, they trade blows, and Weehawk's horse, careens off a cliff. Necron goes into hiding for a little bit to make sure he's not going to get attacked again. And then when he goes search for Weehawk's mourning his horse. He's, already made, a small...
Yeah. Oh my god, I
prayer
forgot
shrine.
about this too. The fight. It's the
he
fight
makes a
takes place
small
over
prayer
3
shrine.
days or something.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
praying for him, and then Necron goes to try and attack him, and then the fucking snap scene transition into Weehawk going.
It fucking jump scared me.
The scream that he does, and he lunges at him with
It's
a sword.
not a
which then-
cartoony scream. It feels like
No.
a real.
It
It's
feels
like a
very
man
real.
dying. This is his war cry. This is his
Yeah.
death
The
knell
actor
kind
really
of
got
scream.
into it. He really got into the headspace. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. He jumps at him with his sword, and they go falling off of the cliff into the river, which then transitions us to Avatar's Tower, where he's
Yeah.
with Eleanor, the future queen of the fairies, who is crazy bodacious.
It's a very Bakshi character. She's in.
yeah.
She's
in,
calling it a cloth
basically
bikini
drapes.
wouldn't do it justice. You can see her nips the entire time. It's very Bakshi.
Yeah.
She's
very
in
Frazetta.
the
It's very
sexy
Frazetta, too.
Yeah.
Frazetta, but with
princess.
drawn like Chuck Jones style.
Yeah. That's exactly what I mean. It's once again we're at that intersection between.
Yeah.
So we're in this tower. Avatar is discussing things with the president of the fairies, which is this masked,
Really cool
tall
design.
suit.
That was Eleanor's dad, right?
Yeah.
That's his dad. Yeah, that's what
It's
It's
her
like a
dad.
big clown mare, man. I thought.
Yeah. And they're discussing because the president's worried about Black Wolf's movements, and Avatar's like, well, we just got to see what happens because we've
I
been
do
in
have
peace
to
for
point
so
out
long.
that Avatar is giving away the dogs for free in every scene. There's
Yeah.
a lot of him
He's got
smoking
them
from
out.
holding his cigar in his toes.
Yeah, they're
There's,
straight barking the entire time.
There's a lot
dude.
happening.
So he's going
Avatar
over.
is very he's very gnome-esque too, you know?
Yeah,
is.
he would not at all be at a place chilling next to David the Gnome or something, you know?
No. He
Yeah.
changed a lot from his youthful years into this older age.
He also
which is
talks a
1,000
lot
years.
his cadence is very similar to like Columbo.
I also got a
Yes.
Columbo out of it.
Yes.
To the point where
It's
I
very
checked
funny.
if it was Savalas, but it was not.
No,
Yeah.
Bob
no.
Holt.
But he's got this
I'm
very
not
like
the only one who's Columbo pilled.
no. Like it. You know what? We'll save it for later. But so they're discussing what they should do, whether or not they should, defense up because Black Wolf is being really suspicious. Meanwhile, Necron has surfaced from the river and has climbed this tower and is listening in on the conversation. Eleanor is being ditzy and fun, trying to learn magic some more from Avatar.
Her
But
vibe
he's
was just like
Yeah.
it's just very.
it was very like
Her
I'm
one
the daughter
female
of the
character, and
president.
she's just like constantly
Yeah.
giggling and talking about how great Avatar is. Is a little like
It's very funny because it's like the president here is just all like, we might get killed, and then Eleanor is all like, oh, stop arguing, teach me magic, and Avatar is like, I'll teach you magic, whatever.
whatever.
And then after they're just all like, the president's just like, look, get this done or else we're cutting off all connection to everything. And then he gets blasted with like 30 rounds to the chest.
Really graphically again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
just red spots. Just
and Eleanor freaks out.
Yeah.
he gets perforated like 50 times. And then she starts screaming her head off. And then Avatar hits him with the fucking stun spell.
Yeah.
He goes Alakazoo, fucking gets him in the air. Weehawk busts in, and he's all like, I'm sorry, Avatar, I failed you. It's like, bro, it's not your fault. You
You're
fell off
one
a
elf.
cliff doing your best.
You fought this dude for 3 days. And
Yeah.
you're one elf. This is
What's
a mortal
crazy is that,
machine.
like, Weehawk takes on so much blame for no reason, and
Yeah.
he's like the dude that's like,
Justice
pulling-
for Weehawk.
He's doing the
Weehawk
most.
is
it
pulling
seems.
mad weight the entire movie.
He really is doing the most throughout the whole movie. He's like,
Like, dude kills like 9 people throughout the movie. It's insane. So,
Yeah.
so they capture Necron, and Avatar is like, it's okay, Weehawk, we got this. Eleanor, stop beating up the robot. We like, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna negotiate with him and interrogate the guy. And they're like, we could just torture him and get information. He's like, I got a plan.
I actually really like that. It's very like the Golem. It's very magical thinking where they're like, well, we're just going to reprogram him and we're going to rename him from Necron 99 to Peace.
Yeah.
So in the hopes that instead of bringing Necron 99 deaths, he'll bring peace. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
that's the kind of like magic with a J kind of symbolism.
J, yeah.
I kind of vibe with.
yeah.
I mean, Avatar was very chill with it. Like, I thought that was cool too. He was
Yeah.
all like, you know what? He's like, I've discussed it with him. We talked about it, and
I
he
really
agreed
love,
to bring us to Black Wolf.
I really love Avatar's whole vibe throughout the movie.
I go back and forth. What really appealed to you? What really stuck
I
out
don't
to
know.
you?
I just like that he was so like peaceful and kind but not and pacifist too. He was very
But he also
pacifist.
seemed really worn down and tired, and like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
combined with the Columbo cigar chomping, like, I guess we're fucked. Hold on, one thing might work. Kind of
Oopsie.
like
Oopsie.
vibes was just like it was very interesting. I certainly in those intros, like we said, when he was a shiny little elf boy who was good to my mom, I didn't expect his next scene to him to just be like a horny old man.
Yeah.
Being like, we might be, everything might be doomed, but it's probably gonna be okay, alright?
Yeah.
So, what do you call it?
I will say, I've never seen another wizard quite like Avatar. Like
Yeah.
that attitude of like being beat. I don't know. I'm not doing a good job of describing it, but he's both beaten down and exhausted and worn away. But it was also like, I can just reprogram. It's no big deal. Like,
Yeah, because he's like
He's
a really
still
great
trying.
wizard. He's apparently really powerful.
yeah,
So yeah.
he's still
What-
trying, even though he doesn't seem to have much faith. And
Yeah.
In my notes, I have several times in my notes where I note the weird, the weird like interstitials of Black Wolf's like army's soldiers.
Okay.
Because they would have a lot of these small bits where it would focus on some of the soldiers within Black Wolf's armies because like they're weird idiots that like
put a pin
are
in that real
incompetent.
quick because we learned that Black Wolf has found the way to instill a fighting spirit in the mutants. It's via a dream machine that we here in our timeline realize is a movie projector with Nazi
it's a film
propaganda
projector.
footage on it.
Yeah.
And then that's in those scenes we see Bakshi's home. We see Bakshi's whoops. We see Black Wolf's homies, which are World War II Nazis, lizard people.
Well, like it's weird because like so
you're talking about the Fritz and Max bit.
Yeah, there's the Fritz and Max bit where this was during Avatar's explanation of like how science and technology came to be banned because of the wars and the suffering that it brought about, and how Black Wolf's army was incompetent and fell apart once like long form combat came to be. And there was like there's these weird bits with like the soldiers of Black Wolf where with Max and Fritz it was like Fritz had passed out for a moment, and Max is all like, "You elf and fairy bastards! You killed him!
You killed him!"
And he starts shooting at everybody, and then Fritz wakes up, and he's like, "Hey, Max, calm down. I was just asleep." And he's like, "There you go again, messing up my whole cadence." Like he had this whole thing where he wanted to be like heroic for his friend, and like as he's trying to like holster his gun, he blasts his friend in the gut and kills him. And he's like, killed him, you bastards!" And he starts shooting again. I thought that
bit went on a little too long, but I thought that was like maybe my favorite single moment from the film. It had sauce.
It was funny.
It was very funny. And then but so we jump forward. You know,
I do want to just really quick be that guy and be like, man, the shots, there's a shot where you see all of Black Wolf's monsters from the back and they all look cool and badass. They look Frazetta. And then you see a shot of Black Wolf and then you see all the monsters from the front and they look Chuck Jones to Julia's point. Yeah. It's just like, man.
It's super funny. It's super funny. Like you get all these cool silhouettes and like these awesome like inferences that these dudes are crazy cool, and then you get the front shots and they're frumpy and they're gross and they're like goofy looking.
They're 19. They're the type of monsters that would be on a box of Halloween candy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
they're all just really just like cartoony and like they're approachable. Is the word
and
I would use.
Their shots also, and this is like, I don't want to progress. I really dislike this. I didn't think it worked. Bakshi was a fan of this technique. Mm-hmm. But there's so much rotoscoping, which is the process of tracing over an image to create a lifelike thing. We've talked about this. Smiling Friends uses this to really good comedic effect often.
Yeah. I don't know if you can call this rotoscoping.
This is textbook.
It was rotoscoped. Yeah.
Which
this
scene
is just
are we
not
talking
very
about particularly.
Yeah.
This is textbook rotoscoping. It's just not very high quality rotoscoping because again,
which scene are we talking about particularly?
The scenes with the armies, you know, those are a lot.
Is that rotoscoping?
That is rotoscoping.
Are we sure? Because when I watched that, I was under the impression that it was just film footage of horseback riders, and then like from like a medieval reenactment or something, and then they just heavy contrast flipped, like they negative flipped.
I'm sure that's
the
part
colors.
of it. I'm sure that's part of it, but they drew over a lot of it too.
They did draw over a lot of it. I was gonna say that like some of the funniest parts for me were these parts where it seems that they took film, negatived it, and then they just drew little horns on like the characters.
That's rotoscoping. It's based on rotoscoping, but it's rotoscoping,
Yeah, Julio's 100% correct. It is quick and it is dirty because they were doing that to save money, but that's like
rotoscoping.
That was rotoscoping? That's crazy.
Really sticks out like a sore thumb to me.
I thought it was even lazier than that.
No. They at least traced over it, but like, I don't know. It's also like,
Yeah, my whole bit was just like, I like how he just drew horns on film.
Yeah.
Just to say that these guys are monsters.
Have you seen his Lord of the Rings? Because the orcs is just all that. It's just
Yeah.
a bunch of guys in bed sheets with brooms that they have drawn little red eyes or horns or pig noses on.
Yeah.
It's funny because, like, I could swear that, like, one of them was just, like, a film of a guy in, like, the Crusader helm.
Yes.
And Crusader outfit, and he's on the horse, and then all they did was that whenever it's a close-up, they drew really sketchy horns on his side of his head.
Yes, so that is specifically the Teutonic Knights from the film Alexander Nevsky, which nobody cares about Soviet film shit here. You're not here for that, but it is another film where the Germans invade people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which makes it very weird next to the World War I and II era stuff.
Yeah.
And by the way, when they introduce Black Wolf again with his projector, his dream machine, like, the scene is he's sitting on a big old throne in the middle of a swastika on the floor.
Yeah.
It's not. I was like, oh,
he's evil.
It's not subtle, but in this day and age, I'm like, yeah, we need to not be subtle. People miss this shit somehow.
You need to, like, hit it over the head, you know?
Earlier, before, like, we got to this point where we all watched the film, you were just like, there's some parts in it I don't know if we want to talk about. And I was like, I'll talk about him. Here, I'm talking about him. He's sitting in a room with a swastika in the middle of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Nazi influence within Black Wolf's army, especially with the Dream
straight
Machine.
Nazi, like there's implied to be saved and reused Nazi weapons, like tanks and planes and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's,
by the way,
straight Nazi war footage.
Yeah, with the Dream Machine, the projector, what he claims is an ability to create fear and God, is that he uses his magic to project a Nazi propaganda film featuring Hitler and you know, wartime that they had, and it's just projected on the sky.
Yeah.
And this, like, throws his army into a fury. They go attack the good lands again. The elves are just like, it's fine. We repelled them before.
We wrecked them last time, guys. Nothing to worry about.
Like, we protected this land with 5,000 elves, and they left with 2 million dead. Like, we're gonna do it again. And this is like an old vet telling, like, a new blood all about it.
I like this bit too. Like, I again, the rotoscoping footage I found really took me out of it, but the idea behind the scene. I don't know. What do you think, Julio?
By the way, the old vet was named Alfie. The new blood was named P. Whittle. And they, you know, the combat begins and the elves are doing fine, and then Black Wolf projects the big old Nazi propaganda on the sky, which totally stuns all of the elves. They're just dumbfounded and feared and afraid, I mean. And then the army just pretty much massacres and slaughters them, and P. Whittle is left with heavy PTSD as he's cowering under a rock and watches Alfie's pipe hit the floor.
It's cool. But yes,
what was the question, John?
I was like, I don't know. What for the battle scene? Did anything stick out to you about that? Did you take anything?
Oh man, I liked it. It was very God, what was that movie that came out in the 70s? That's or not set. It's like set in the 70s, I think. During it was like what was it? It's like war. War never changes. What's it called?
Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse
It's very
Now.
Apocalypse Now, but like with fairies and elves and shit. I loved it.
It did feel kind of Trench Crusade. I know there's no elves in Trench Crusade, but it did feel kind of Trench Crusade to see a tank rolling up on some elves in a trench. You know?
Yeah. It was fucked up. I felt bad. I fell for those elves, man.
Yeah, it was effective.
They were unfairly slaughtered in this situation where they faced something unsuspected. But the first battle was very, was very impressive for me.
Brutal.
The second time they do the battle thing again, it goes on for a little while.
Every battle scene, I gotta be real, towards the end of the film, I started putting the battle scenes on at 2x speed, because there's only so many times you can show me the same shot,
the same horses
the knights
running
from Alexander Nevsky blowing the horn, the Germans running next to the tank, the World War I airplanes flying overhead,
an animated tank rolling up.
they were
But again,
reused multiple times within each battle scene too, and I was just like, God, okay. I know you had to save money. I appreciate this, you attempting. I appreciate the technique, but it really took me. It really bothered me.
It really bothered me. Yeah, I think that'd do it. So,
got back to the good guys.
Yeah,
we cut back to the good guys. They're making their trek as heroes to stop Black Wolf.
To be clear, our good guys are Avatar, the Wizard,
Necron
99 reprogrammed as Peace, who's showing him the way.
Yeah, Peace the Assassin, Weehawk the Elf, and
then Eleanor, the
Fairy
soon-to-be Queen of Montagar.
Yeah. So they're making their way, and they come across a mountain of the mountain fairies, which you're
forgetting the forest bit first, where Weehawk is just like, elves and fairies have fucking beef.
Elves and fairies don't get along.
Well, no, I'm not forgetting that. I'm getting to it. So they come to the mountain fairies territory, in which Peace is just all like, we should go around, like, these mountain fairies no good. And then Avatar's like, it's fine, just go through. And Weehawk is all like, I agree with Peace on this one. Mountain fairies fucking suck. They hate us elves. They're pranksters. They don't take shit seriously. I think we should go around. And Avatar is just like, it's been 1,000 years of peace. We've come to terms with fairy elf relations.
I love that part though. Where
it's gonna be fine.
So they go in and they go into the magical forest, and then immediately the fairies are like fucking with them, right?
Yeah. The fairies come in, start fucking with them.
Weehawk in particular,
through throwing Peace off his path. Flying around Avatar. Lifting Weehawk off of his horse and bugging him.
And then, thank God Mark Hamill shows up for...
Yes! That's the craziest shit to me.
That is right.
Yeah, so they're getting fucked with, and at one point, like, Peace's rifle drops off from Avatar's horse, and while they're getting fucked with, and then Peace is giving it that, like, I'm looking at you like a long lost piece of cake. Anyway, it cuts to them continuously getting fucked with, and then Avatar is like, I'm going to summon a crazy storm that will fuck you up. Stop messing with us. And then Mark Hamill shows up, and he's like, guys, we're sorry.
To be clear, this is Mark Hamill. This is 1977, so he's like fresh off Star Wars. I don't think he's even in theaters yet. Bakshi really likes him. According to the lore, Fox struck some kind of deal, or Bakshi struck some kind of deal with Lucas. They respected each other to get Hamill to show up in this. And the Elf King looks like you put Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker's head on like a little baby body. It's really,
it really does.
It's really striking.
No. He's not the elf. He's not the Fairy King. He's
Sean the Fairy King. Yeah.
No, he's Sean the Knight Commander. Sean is the Knight Commander. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought the forest fairies and the mountain fairies were different, but I guess not.
No. The mountain fairies own that forest. It's part of their territory.
Okay, you can understand my confusion then.
No, yeah, I understand.
The mountain fairies own the forest.
So he shows up and he's Sean the Knight Commander, and he's like, "We apologize. I'm like I lead the knights that protect this mountain." It's like, look, so he's just like, we're chilling, we're having a feast.
Graphic,
and then, like, it cuts back to Peace, and he's exiting the forest with his gun, and the two assassins that were with him at the time when they were killing all the other people, they appear again. We don't know what happens to them after that, but gunfire occurs, like a gunfight happens, and Sean gets a bullet straight through his chest.
Oh my god! If he gets like 3,
the little tiny fairy just totally falls.
Yeah. He just gets blown away. Like, the bullet was as big as his torso, and the hole there was just... So he gets blown away.
This character looks like he should be selling me fucking fruitcakes. Like,
he should be, he's like... It was like... Imagine
he should have been a cereal mascot.
Imagine if, like, Snap Crackle Pop just got murked, you know?
Yeah. Imagine if they're like, Rice Krispies, and then, like, a .45 caliber went through Snap's chest. That's what happens.
Yeah.
And before he dies, he's like, intruders! And then he gets shot in the chest and dies.
we got a lot happens here, but the important thing is that they flee into the mountains and get captured.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody's in panic. The mountain fairies immediately capture Eleanor. Like, she gets teleported immediately because it's a hard cut to her.
And she's
captured.
like bound by rocks or something.
It is a deeply horny scene. It is.
It's pretty horny, yeah.
It's crazy. Like it's like a nice time that they're having.
She's
they're
in the
eating.
The Fey Ray King Kong pose. Like,
it is.
Trying
It
to
is,
spread eagle upright. Her hands are locked in stone. It's very bondagey. Boys, that's the Sakuga budget seems to have landed here. There's a lot of someone took a lot of time.
Like, Avatar's like, they captured Eleanor. We gotta go save her, Weehawk. So they're like, should we go into the mountain? Let's go. We have no other choice. They go into the mountain. Weehawk is taking the lead. He slips into a pitfall, a chasm, and he's all like, "Avatar, go find her. I'll find a way back out." So Avatar goes ahead, and Weehawk has a fight with an invisible enemy, and he goes crazy in this deep fog. And he's
this
just
feels like it was also a budget saving thing.
Yeah, because it's just him being animated in a fog background.
And they're replaying his same attack scream over and over again.
And the voice actor again goes insane on this part. Yeah. He's just screaming his ass off.
Looked over at my screen at this moment. I had headphones in. She's like, "What are you watching?" I was like,
I can't. It's Ralph Bakshi. What can I say? So he's swinging at an invisible enemy. Gets tired, and he's about to get eaten as it reveals itself to be this giant maw with legs.
It's a cool monster design. I like it. It's a big reptilian.
I thought that was cool, yeah.
And then Peace shows up and blasts the monster. And he's all like, "Peace." He's like, "You've saved me." And he's all like, "Oh." And then he passes out because I guess he was in a gunfight with the two assassins or something.
In the previous thing.
Something happened. Yeah. But I assume that he killed the other two assassins.
Yeah.
Anyway, cut back to Eleanor. She uses her magic and she awakens a stone beast that is like as decoration and starts attacking the mountain fairies who blame her for all the things that are happening.
There's also some licking of her legs by the stone beast that I'm just like...
there's some stuff that's happening.
That's a little horny.
The fairy knight was very funny in this scene. He's like, "Back up, don't touch her."
I love
by
that
decree of the king.
Character.
And then like when she brings the stone beast to life,
creatures with these like Jersey Brooklyn accents, just like
it's so funny.
That guy was like a chef. I think it was a Sheffield accent or something like that. It's really funny.
But when she brings the stone beast to life and it's like attacking the mountain fairies, and he's all like, "You just had to go and do something, didn't you? I can't control him now with this." So Avatar shows up and he's all like, "You have to release her. Please, we're heroes. We're going to go stop Black Wolf. I come here to bring you no harm. Like, and you can just take me instead. Let her go."
Yeah.
And then they shoot him with an arrow after Black Wolf appears and is all like, "He's lying to you."
Black Wolf is trying to
he's trying to
make a fight happen.
Yeah.
So he gets shot in the back. The Fairy King's all like, "Okay, everybody has told us all this different shit, but the only thing that is true is that Avatar said he won't attack us after he was attacked. So what we'll do, we'll banish them to the mountains to do their hero thing, and we will just sit and wait to see what happens." So they get banished to the snow mountains. Him and Eleanor travel for
there's
like
an
days.
important thing too, where like Avatar's refusal to fight back is like Julio was saying, his commitment to non-violence is like the Elf King's like, "Okay, I guess you are legit."
Yeah. It shows his character, which is worn and weary and like tired of fighting.
Yeah.
So he and Eleanor travel through the snow in blizzards just for presumably days, just going in circles.
Real unclear.
Yeah, it's unclear, but he discovers that they've been going in circles this whole time and they might just die on the mountain. Yeah. But they are then approached by two horsemen, and it turns out it's Weehawk and Peace, and they've been looking for them.
And they're friends now.
Presumably dead. Yeah.
So
they gather them.
It's a basic arc, it's a boring arc, but I love an enemies to friends, like...
Yeah, I like
to prove that they're actually homies.
Yeah.
So they get together and they travel again, and they start getting into the Badlands, and they get jumped by a ragtag band of elves and dwarves and fairies, and it turns out this is being led by a man that knows Avatar personally.
Yeah, he's like an old elf king from somewhere else.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that guy. Yeah.
He was the son of the former elf king that was friends with Avatar who fought in the previous war.
Yeah.
And he explains that he's gathered this rebellious group to fight against Black Wolf with his own technology because they had usurped.
They had taken over some of his guns and
some
stuff.
of his supply line.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're going to assault them. And then Avatar is like, after all of this, after all we've done, this is how you repay me. That you're going to fight with your lives on the line. He's really upset about it. He's like, why are you doing this?
I didn't quite get it, because it's not like this is a Lord of the Rings plot where it's like, Avatar needs to sneak in there.
Exactly. It's not like the whole idea was that we're gonna go sneak into. No problem.
And he's not just talking about his feet.
Yeah, it's just like he gets mad, and it's not clear exactly why. Though he says, but it's not clear because the context doesn't make sense. So anyway, night falls, and Peace is on watch duty, and Eleanor approaches him to try to comfort him.
I kind of like this scene. I don't really like where it ends, though.
Yeah. So Eleanor then screams, and Avatar comes out with Weehawk, and Black Wolf's
in the
mind,
form of a big spooky cloud.
Yeah, as a form of a big spooky cloud, tries to take over Peace again. So after Avatar uses his magic to repel the cloud, Eleanor is like, what was that about? And he's all like, that's Black Wolf's mind control.
He blames Eleanor for it, though. It's like, you touched Peace, and that fucked with his programming, and that let...
I don't know if that's really, like, blame, but, like, I feel like that was just explanation. I don't know. It could be taken in different ways.
I guess.
Yeah.
He's just like,
but then Eleanor kills Peace, right?
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, after this happens, after the fight against the cloud, an enemy tank starts rolling up on them, and they're like, it's like, whoa, watch out. And Peace jumps to protect the group. He jumps onto the tank, fighting it with his rifle.
He tries to do a Halo 2 style hijacking.
Yeah, he was about to open the top and blast the dudes inside, and Eleanor picks up a sword and chucks it and impales Peace, killing him instantly.
Peace, yeah.
For seemingly no reason. And this
for seemingly no reason.
It's only later in the film that this makes sense, and I don't think that's by design. I just don't think the action was very well communicated.
Yeah. It still doesn't make sense, but she then giggles, laughs, and jumps into the tank with the enemy, and they roll off back to Scorch. And Weehawk and Avatar are both stunned at this betrayal. So Avatar is now sent into...
broken.
The Fellowship has been broken.
Yeah.
Avatar is sent into a spiral. He's very confused, and he's mumbling, and he's lost his sort of focus on...
This is clearly the denouement. Like, they're down two homies. Eleanor...
Yeah.
Something happened.
Something happened with her. Peace is dead.
Peace is dead, by the way. He's out. He's gone.
Dead. He never comes back.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, because again, he's like the coolest guy of the group.
I'm kind of mixed on that, because I feel like he didn't really get his due. I was like, well, he's a robot. They'll just fix him, and they just get in the boats and go. And so it's kind of nice knowing that even...
Never got a cool moment, really.
Yeah.
I mean, he got his cool moment with the tank, but like he never got... While he did get his redemption-esque, it never felt impactful, because it was just like, well, we never see what happens with the other two assassins, and he comes and saves Weehawk, but like there's like a thing there missing.
That's a moment for Weehawk. That's not a moment for Peace, though.
It was a moment for Weehawk, but like
that's the moment Weehawk is like, oh, Peace is, I can trust him. We can be friends.
Yeah. We can trust him, but like we don't see that turnover from Peace to show that progression.
Yeah.
So they decide to roll with this this prince,
this elf general.
Elf general. I have his name here somewhere.
I didn't get his name.
Yeah, but Abdul. So they roll with Abdul, and they ride his boat into Scorch, into the Badlands, and they separate ways from there.
There's another
Avatar.
big battle sequence that we should just skip over because it's the same.
It's the same shit.
What's really funny about that battle scene is that there's that cool, like, bald green elf with, like, the top knot, right?
Yeah.
The one that ambushes them the first time. What's funny in that war scene is that he dies, like, getting shot in one scene, and then he comes back again and, like, kills a dude on a horse.
Yeah.
And then it shows him again later mourning the death of another elf, and it's super funny. It's like, you died 2 scenes ago, buddy.
Again, it feels like where was Marshall Lucas? Also recent RIP. Like, a better editor could have helped this out. Lots of scenes dragged. Lots of scenes went on too long.
Yeah. And by the way, this is the second scene. Like, when you asked about the battle scenes, I thought they were great. This second scene is the one that went on for way too long.
Yeah.
Like, it went on for way long.
It's out of new stuff to show us.
Yeah. So Avatar and Weehawk infiltrate the city of Scorch.
I do want to note that on their way in, they pass through, like, a goblin red light district, which is like, so very Bakshi.
Yeah. There's weird monster prostitutes that are trying to pick up
and Nazis hanging out with monster Nazis hanging out with monster prostitutes, and
you see the effects of, like, the war and, like, how the good lands people are being abused. You know, they got like a fairy who's singing and then performs a strip show afterwards. Yeah, because she's forced to. A lot of them are enslaved. There's a bit earlier where after the war was ended the first time, after the Badlands had won the combat for the first time, they enslaved a bunch of people, and then they had these other 2 goofballs soldiers trying to, like, pass on the burden of taking care of like 1,000 war prisoners off on this, like, religious group. And this religious group is like, these
how do you
2
think
guys
Ralph actually feels about religion?
Yeah, like, doing just goofy, nonsensical shit, like showering and, like, praying to each other in gibberish. They do,
like, the Our Father. They do the praying to Mecca. They do they do
a lot of stuff for, like, again, it's stated for 5 hours and then they kill them. But like, what's really funny is that they were, like, these priests, like, one last thing about these 2 priests is, like, they were initially found on, like, this, like, podium that had the drape of, like, the CBS symbol, like, behind them, like, on it.
Yeah.
Which was really interesting. I'm not sure what kind of message he's trying to shoot
some
with
kind
that
of
one.
Like symbolism there involving
he's trying
commercialism,
to, like,
the commercialization of religion, I guess.
Yeah, there's also something about, like, the fact that the evil super weapon is media. I think he said, like,
media
also
itself.
that ineffective religion is media.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's very interesting. I was wondering what kind of message he was trying to shoot with that one. But anyway, cut back to
just
Avatar.
My interpretation. I'm no Bakshi expert.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us are.
The opiate of the masses was religion.
Now it's
and then
TV.
Was television. Back is to religion, but still is television.
Yeah.
Has the trappings of TV. I don't know.
I mean, it sounds like that.
Anyway, back to Weehawk and Avatar. They come back. They see all this enslavement going on, and they're like, what should we do? And Avatar is, again, still kooky. He's casting magic, but he's, like, making things into flowers, and he's
lost
summoning butterflies.
He's flipped his being. He's lost his mind.
He's out of his gourd. He's out of his fucking gourd.
It's too much for him. All this depression. He's finally been worn down. What little optimism he had of, like, it sucks, but it'll probably be okay, is gone.
Yeah.
And so, like, a general of Black Wolf's army, this, like, kind of Nazi looking guy, he's clearly got, like, a German accent, comes out with a prostitute. Avatar is all like, look at these butterflies, poof, and he's like, oh ho, so funny. And then this little green demon dude who is, like, Black Wolf's little,
he's a
like,
reoccurring
messenger
character.
He's like Black Wolf's little messenger demon, and he's all like, Master, that is Avatar. And he's like, silly creature, how is this Avatar, this old bumbling man? And then Weehawk is like, fuck you, and he throws his sword, impales the general,
again,
kills him instantly.
As Julio said, or maybe it was you, Ryan, like, Weehawk really carrying.
He's carrying a lot.
Weehawk's doing the most.
He kills this general in cold blood. The prostitute gets scared, runs away.
Cover blown.
He's like, as he's trying to get Avatar back on his feet, the little weird green demon guy pulls Weehawk's sword and like cuts him across the arm a little bit, just a shallow wound. And Weehawk's like, and he's like, I've taken care of the elf, woohoo! And then he runs away like he did something.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to tell Black Wolf you're here. So Weehawk again undeservingly takes on.
Can we just say I'm glad that even Black Wolf's right hand guy is allowed to like get a little R&R.
Yeah, right. But like
More
again,
time off
Weehawk,
than an Amazon worker.
Yeah.
Weehawk undeservedly like puts all this blame on himself, and he's like, it looks like I failed again. What kind of warrior am I? And he's like, Avatar, do your best. Go into the castle and find Black Wolf.
But you're in the stronghold. You're 99% of the way there.
Yeah.
It's like, hang tight.
Yeah.
And what's
I could
funny
see
is
them
that
moving the pieces on the chessboard so they could get to the famous final scene.
yes.
But
And like what's funny is that Avatar, after like Weehawk gets cut across the arm, he's like, what have I been doing? He's like, I gotta get myself together. He's like, I'm sorry, Weehawk. He's like, by the way, you deserve so much more than what life's given you. And he's all like, thanks, Avatar.
I like that moment too.
Yeah. They have this like really nice personal moment. So they venture in
They
deeper.
get to the castle, they split off. Weehawk is going to go destroy the Dream Machine.
Yeah, he's like, you
Avatar
destroy the
is
Dream
going to
Machine.
go confront his brother.
I'll take care of my brother. So he comes up to his brother and he's all like, I'm here, Black Wolf. And he's like, Avatar, you've gotten on in age. And he's like, I look better than you.
This is a famous scene. I would suggest looking it up on YouTube if you see nothing else from this film.
Yeah.
Just watch this scene because it's wonderful. So
it's kind of a meme, but I think in context it works.
It's great. It's a great moment. Yeah.
So, you want to describe it, Leo?
Yeah. So Black Wolf's all like, brother, give in, give up. I will destroy you or whatever. He's like,
we're not so different, you and me, Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's monologuing, and then
I don't think it's even like not so different. It was so strange because like this is like a character moment for Black Wolf that was never explained at all.
Yeah,
but he's just all like, I have no desire to kill you, brother. Just give up and give the lands to me. You know, and he's just like, but there's like a weird sincerity behind it because it's like. Yeah. As a relative, like it's his sibling, but like, I know he's evil, deeply evil.
I think you could do, I can't remember the name of it. There's a famous Russian book right now that does the Lord of the Rings from the side of Sauron, where it's like, we were a prosperous industrial nation and all these like Luddites and barbarians came out of the woods and kicked our shit in, you know, they forced us into the Badlands, and then when we found valuable shit in the Badlands or made the best of us, they killed us again. And I think there's kind of an interpretation you could make here for Black Wolf, where it's like he was stuck in the bad shit, no one would help him, he was trying to make life better for the mutants.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying he's right, I want to be clear, he openly embraces Nazi ideology.
He's got his own ideas. Like his morals and his ideas behind this is bad.
He's definitely the bad guy, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. He's using Nazi propaganda. Like this, like don't get it twisted.
But
like
if you wanted to be a postmodernist or a contrarian, you could make the argument that
But I'm just saying, like, don't get it twisted like with Falling Down. Like, Black Wolf was the bad guy.
I do love the part where Avatar's like, I'm glad you changed your last name, you son of a bitch. And he pulls out a gun.
Yeah.
Just a gun.
He pulls out a Luger.
Shoots him.
I think it's important that it's a Luger, too, because it's famously the gun of the German officer class during the World Wars.
I love the build up to that, though, because he's all
so
like...
Bakshi, because it is really funny, like Leo was talking about. Yeah. But also, this is the final conflict of your film.
Yeah, this is the climactic moment.
If we were to film school-style diagram it, like, everything is building up to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's over in a joke in one movement.
Yeah, it's over in a joke in a second, which I think probably also, like, it contributes to the budget, but it also brings about a very interesting, like, story.
I feel like, unlike the other stuff, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like that was there from the beginning. That feels so intentional. That does not feel like a budget-saving move. That feels like...
that's what they were going to do. Yeah, that was going to be the climax.
It felt like the
point of the film almost is like, for all the peace, for everything, you know, that... You know, maybe this is just my own interpretation, but it felt like just for all the good the pacifism did him, at the end of the day, sometimes you do just have to shoot Magic Hitler in the face.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta you just gotta fucking
Sometimes
do what you gotta do.
Sometimes you just
But-
gotta murder someone, I guess.
Sometimes-
I mean, I love the build up to that moment where he pulls the gun on him, because he's, yeah, I wrote down the line. He's just all like, I want to show you a trick mother showed me when you weren't around, used on special occasions like this.
Yeah.
And then he hits him with, again, the Columbo. He goes, one more thing.
Yes.
And then he says the line that Julio says, I'm glad you changed your last name, you son of a bitch. And then he whips out the Luger from his sleeve. And he not just shoots him once in the heart, he double taps him and hits him in the head.
He shoots him in the
He
chest,
goes, bam,
waits a moment,
bam.
takes aim, hits him in the head.
As
And,
graphic as any of the other shootings we've seen.
And then once he was done with that, he tosses the gun, dusts his hands, and leaves. And it's like, it's crazy how, like,
Yeah.
he
I
was
think
like, he
there's-
never intended to fight with magic at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he knew too. Like, I don't know. This is getting
Yeah.
really into like meanings and interpretations, right? But like, every time magic fought technology, magic lost.
Yeah.
So maybe
Maybe
maybe like I feel like Avatar was worn down, like we said. Like,
he just took the
I
easy way
felt
out.
like
you know?
I felt like the last war probably was won with like swords and arrows rather than magic.
yeah, because he didn't. They just didn't. They were just a bunch of like
Yeah.
monsters and misshapen little guys. Like, without the ideology to empower them, they were harmless.
Yeah.
And so in like these final parts, like Weehawk on his side, he discovers Eleanor and she's crying,
Yeah.
and he's all like, "You," and he calls her a slut.
I marked that too.
He calls her a slut, and I was like, "Man, Weehawk, you got a lot of anger on
You have
this."
some misogyny you got to work on. It's not what
He jumps her, and he starts just wailing on her. He
was
backhands her.
uncomfortable. This is not fun cartoon
like
violence.
he backhands her, tosses her to the ground, and he brings out his sword, like about to kill her. And then this woman, by the way, this woman shows up earlier in the movie.
I think she's in one other shot, and we have no idea who she is or what she's doing.
Yeah, the
She's
drow
like
looking lady, right?
Yeah,
she's like presumably Black Wolf's like wife.
I think
but,
so.
like, in this
She
situation,
seems
I
to
think
be
it's just
pregnant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like this is a woman that Black Wolf has taken on as like someone to birth his heir.
Yeah,
And like in the earlier scene where she shows up, she's pregnant, and he consults his wise men. And he's like, "Will my baby be human?" And then the wise men are like, "No, he will be mutant." And he goes, "The next one will not be." And then, obviously this means like he's willing to abort this baby because of his mutant future.
yeah.
And she's like, "Don't do that. He's a baby. There is no reason. Like, he has done nothing wrong." So she pleads with him, and that's like the end of the first scene that she's in. She comes back in this scene, harking to Weehawk to stop his hand, and she has in her hands the baby that is now born, and she's all like, "Think of what you're doing, brethren fighting brethren," giving him a speech about like why they should not fight each other. And she cries for him to stop, and he stops, and then Eleanor, it gives Eleanor the chance to explain that she was taken over in mind by
She
Black
got
Wolf.
mind-fuggled. Yeah, not her fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like while Peace had managed to repel, Black Wolf had poisoned her mind, having her kill Peace in the process. And so Weehawk, begrudgingly stops his attack, and he's all like, "I guess I understand what had occurred."
Yeah.
So he brings her back, and he's like, "We have to tell Avatar that you were brainwashed." So they come back, and they all reunite, and he's like, "Avatar, Eleanor was not acting on her own behavior.
He was controlled
was being
by
controlled."
Black Wolf.
And he's like, "Oh, thank goodness." And he
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, thank goodness." And they retreat, and Abdul's army has become successful in repelling
Yeah,
the
because
evil.
Weehawk smashed the Dream Machine, so
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Black Wolf's dead.
Yeah.
Well, after Black Wolf's death, like the castle started to collapse, and like
Very
rocks
Lord of the
destroyed.
Rings.
Yeah, and then rocks destroyed the Dream Machine, and then the elves were managed to fight back. By the way, the Dream Machine was activated again, and then the elves were attacked with not only tanks, but now they added in airplanes in this scene.
Yeah.
And there was like several times airplanes did like gun runs on elves.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is crazy.
This kind of whips. I hate that they showed it to me 5 times in a row, but
Yeah.
I kind of like the imagery is powerful.
Yeah.
They had the Fokker Wolf come in 6 times and go vroom, along with like artillery shells hitting these elves. And I'm like, how are these elves not been killed yet? Like completely.
Hey, World War I, trenches. I guess they didn't have trenches that time. Never mind.
Yeah.
They stormed the beach like Normandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, everything is fine. The world is saved. Everything's good again. And it shows the final scene where they're on their horses and they're like, Weehawk is like,
I do have to underscore again, these are the bouncy ball horses, not real horses.
Yeah, the bouncy ball horses, not actual horses. Because horses are very hard to animate. Let's be reasonable.
Let's be real. Horses suck.
So
horses,
they're
after
on their
hands and faces. Horses are the hardest thing to draw.
Yeah.
They're on their Wumple-Doofs from
Wumple-Doofs
Dr.
is a terrific name for these things.
Yeah. and Weehawk is just like, well, let's go back to Mandragar. And he's all like, nope. Avatar's like, hold on. We're not going back to Mandragar. Me and Eleanor, we're going to start our own country. And it's going to be awesome. And then Weehawk is all like, oh, are you now? And he's all like, he kind of.
I did not like this ending. Like, I feel like Avatar should have diminished and gone into the West. The fact that he is going to go bone his student and start a new kingdom's like a little like,
ooh. He's like, he's like, you Avatar getting married. And he's like, hey, I'm not that old.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
And then like Eleanor, and he's like, well, let's get to it. And she's like, oh, and he's like, I mean, making a country.
I do like that Weehawk, for like, again, we've been like, Weehawk really hustled this time. They are you're the new king president of Mandragar.
Of Mandragar, yeah.
I'm like, good for Weehawk, man.
Good for Weehawk. He was given a lot at the end.
They set it up with like, you deserve so much more than you've been getting. Like, they set it up, they paid it off.
Yeah.
I think,
and he becomes like the new king, right?
He does.
Weehawk
yeah,
they Montagar.
Yeah, they pass on Eleanor's supposed inherited title to him because they're going to just start a new country. And that's the end.
That's the end.
It goes into its credits, and it was the most insane hour and like 30 that I had sat through.
It's pretty crazy.
I appreciated it, but I didn't like it, if that makes sense.
I didn't like it that much either.
Honestly, I enjoyed it.
You watched it more than any of the rest of us.
I like it. I like having it as background noise, I guess.
It is a vibe. It's a very strong
I'm
vibe.
going to be the weird guy, and I'm going to say that I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
For anything about it, like, for all of its faults and, like, horrible pacing, it was a blast to watch.
It was unique. And I say that as somebody who, like, I appreciated his Lord of the Rings. I like Fire and Ice.
Mm-hmm.
Which maybe we should watch Fire and Ice next. Cause
I'd be down to watch Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, speaking of sexy, that movie's pretty fun.
Yeah, that one is the same exact, like, our female character is mostly an object and she's in a chainmail bikini.
Yeah.
The whole time.
But, like, I don't know, like, that film is insane because, like, Frazetta worked on that film.
Yeah.
Who's the painter who's an asshole who makes paintings for grandparents? He was the background artist in that.
Is he the guy that was all like, I am the painter
Thomas
of
Kincaid.
lights?
No, Thomas Kincaid.
The painter of lights guy.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
He's a background artist. Like, Fire and Ice has got an insane lineup. It's less creative than this, but it still is very Bakshi. I don't know, we should watch it sometime.
Yeah.
I mean, like, to step away from Wizards, Thomas Kincaid is a funny motherfucker. He's an asshole, but he's a funny mother. To give himself the title of I am the painter of lights, because that's his whole shit. Like, he makes lighting in his paintings look pretty okay.
Like, I mean, they're good. They're technically good.
Technically, they're very good. And, like, but he did a lot of those fucking Christmas paintings where it's just like, snow background and lights. And this is what your old grandparents put up in their living room.
Yeah.
It's
like
their talking
puzzles
piece.
my Bob makes.
I got a real Kincaid over here, fellas. But, yeah, no, Wizards, a weird, insane ride. Do I recommend to watch it?
I don't think you have to.
Even as a guy who likes it, I don't think you should watch it.
You don't have to. Unless
If
you're
any
like
of our
into it,
explanations, has like piqued your interest, watch it. But I don't know. I don't think
I
it's
would
worth
say
it to
be in
watch.
the right mood. Like, watch it with friends. Watch it on a mind-altering substance that gets you into the 70s psychedelic vibe. I think watching this straight edge and taking notes was like probably the wrong way to enjoy it.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
But again, I'm the weird guy. I had a good time watching it.
I appreciate it too. It was really interesting, like I said, having seen Fire and Ice and Lord of the Rings, like seeing what elements would get further that were like really blocky and bad in this would get further refined as time went on in those films. Like,
Yeah.
I appreciate Bakshi as an artist. I think it's interesting what he's trying to say. I think the climax of like, hey man, at the end of the day, like sometimes you gotta fucking fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
And like
Sometimes
the
you just
anti-climax
gotta
of it
use-
being like 2 bullet shots or whatever you said. It's like
Yeah.
Two
really powerful, really
well-placed
interesting.
shots to kill this man.
Yeah. Kill Hitler
From a
once
distance,
again.
by the way.
Hitler is dead once again. I think that
Yes, they also
Yeah.
said that,
Yeah.
which I thought was insane. They're just like, Hitler is dead once again. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Oh, man.
But man,
Thanks, guys, for watching this movie, for
Yeah.
being with me. And,
it's no
talking about
problem.
it. Oh, man. Thank you, listener, for listening.
Sorry, one last thing about Fire and Ice. The screenplay is by Gary Conway and Roy Thomas of like the X-Men and Dinotopia
What the
and
fuck?
Teen Titans and like
Damn. Teen
like
Titans.
really
That is
much.
that is a loaded
Ostrander is a fucking voice actor of Suicide Squad. He's a Suicide
Wow.
Squad writer.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, this is
crazy.
a stacked cast. We'll have to do that
what
next
a
time.
loaded movie.
I'd love to watch Fire and Ice. I think that'd be great. I've never
Yeah.
seen it all the way through.
Meanwhile, by the end of watching the Wizards credits, I learned that Mark Hamill was a character, and I was like, "What the fuck? They got Mark Hamill." That was the last thing that
People
that
are Mark
happened.
Hamill to give it away.
No, I
He's
didn't
very good.
recognize
He's a
his
very
voice.
good voice actor. Mark
Yes.
Hamill's a great voice actor. He can
This might be his first voice acting role because he was like so young for this in Star
Yeah,
Wars.
that,
I don't know.
that might be the reason, but like, yeah, that was the last thing that absolutely shocked me about this movie. Right as the last credits rolled, where it showed the entire like cast, I was like, Mark Hamill was the fairy that got his heart blasted out.
Yeah.
He was on for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like total screen time, 2 minutes. Then they killed his ass. I
And
was like,
again,
whoa.
like according to the trivia, he was on special loan from George Lucas.
That's crazy.
That's so
They were just
funny.
both
That's
on the
so
Fox
fun.
lot
Special
doing
loan.
Star Wars and this, and like
Oh.
Special loan. Oh, man.
Anyway, guys, like Julio said, thank you for listening to this podcast.
Yeah. Thank you, Jesse Sanders, for making our music. Donate if you can. We'd appreciate it. Tell your friends about us, mostly. We'd really appreciate that. What else? I think be good to your friends. Don't do a Holocaust.
don't.
Oh yeah, there was that one line that was like kind of thrown in there during like Avatar's explanation of the previous major war. And he's all like, Black Wolf has been scouring around for pre-Holocaust technology. And I was like, pre-Holocaust?
Holocaust more generically just means like a firestorm.
Like a
I
death
guess.
thing. The death
You
of
can
a
have
But,
a
like-
Holocaust versus like the Holocaust.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
They're like the original
they
Greek
do say
word.
pre-Holocaust though. So
Yeah.
it's not like, I mean, at that
You've
time,
heard of
the
like
only
people
thing that we were
dying in
aware
the
of,
nuclear Holocaust. We got to cut all this. We're like-
Yeah. Anyway.
maybe, but like, anyway.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
again.
listening.
Thank you again. We'll see y'all next time.
Shoot us a coffee.
Yeah.
Say hi to our Patreon.
Yeah.
There's gonna be something on it.
Yeah. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.